Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Jimmy Kimmel Live. This is ridiculous.
Hello again, Quarantini Boppers. It's me, Jimmy, with my nightly update on everything that's not going on. We've been holed up for, I think, 11 days now. And if you're anything like me, you went into this thinking, well, at least I'm finally going to get some stuff done around the house. Unfortunately, my kids also went into this with a thought, and that thought was, you are not going to get anything done around the house. So that's how it is. I've also seen a lot of people posting about how Shakespeare and Sir Isaac Newton came up with some of their greatest ideas while under quarantine during the plague. That's great. So far, all I've discovered is you can slide a laundry basket down the stairs, but congratulations to them. Some people, though, are getting creative in isolation. This is the kind of thing I'm looking for over the coming weeks, and I'll explain that in a minute. But first, I'd like you to watch this. You see, times of crisis really do produce great works of art. That is exactly the kind of video we're going to need to get us through this. For those of you who are passing time in weird and wonderful ways like that, or know of others who are, post these videos, these delightfully pointless endeavors, so I can find them with the hashtag #QuarantimeKiller. See how he spelled that? It's very clever. Make them or find them and give them that hashtag. I'll check them out and show my favorites here on this show or whatever the hell this is. And I don't know, maybe we'll have a prize or something. I don't know. Some of our thickest-headed politicians have been passing the time by spreading nonsense about the coronavirus. People like Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick, who floated the idea that old people are willing to go to an early grave in order to help boost the stock market.
You know, Tucker, no one reached out to me and said, as a senior citizen, are you willing to take a chance on your survival in exchange for keeping the America that all America loves for your children and grandchildren? And if that's the exchange, I'm all in. And that doesn't make me noble or brave or anything like that.
No, it makes you an idiot. I shouldn't say it makes you an idiot. It reveals to us that you are an idiot. Unfortunately, the lieutenant governor isn't alone in this moronathon. The president of the United States also appears to be planting the seeds for a get back to work movement. Trump had a virtual town hall meeting on Fox News today, during which he once again defied the so-called experts who say we're in this for a while.
We're opening up this incredible country because we have to do that. I'd love to have it open by Easter.
By Easter? That's in 2.5 weeks. Even Jesus is like, Jesus, calm down. Let's think this through. We're all going to die so the president can eat peeps. And at his daily depress briefing yesterday, Trump directed a very pointed question to his task force coordinator, Dr. Deborah Birx, that indicates to me that he is dying for an audience, even if the audience doesn't like him.
I have a question for you. So we have a lot of very angry media all around this room, and they want one of these seats. But because of social distancing, we are keeping them empty, and they are keeping them empty. Will there ever be a time when all of those really angry people who don't like me much to start off with, but now they really don't like me, will there ever be a time when these seats are full to the brim like it used to be, where people are almost sitting on each other's lap?
All he cares about is crowd size. And even with all this, a new CBS News poll shows that more than half of Americans approve of the job Trump's doing to combat the virus. I assume these are maybe the same people who approved of the ending to Thelma and Louise, but I don't know. Melania Trump, by the way, got tested. She tested negative for COVID-19. Of course she did. She's been 6 feet away from her husband since Stormy Daniels. Their marriage was the inventor of social distancing. In case you're wondering what it's like to get the coronavirus test, not that anyone can, a photographer for the Post and Courier newspaper in Charleston, South Carolina, shot video of herself getting through one of these drive-through tests, and it does not look comfortable.
About 10 seconds in each side, and we're going to go about that far back.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna start this side first. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Ta-da!
That's how they should do the rose ceremony on The Bachelor next season. They all come out of the nose, rose out of the nose. You know, yesterday I showed a video of some mayors of Italian cities really giving it to their citizens about staying home. This is another good one from Italy, courtesy of an Italian priest. They set up a live stream of his mass for worshipers at home, but he didn't realize he'd activated a filter on his Snapchat.
Buonasera, ci ritroviamo insieme per pregare, io in chiesa e voi a casa. Oggi è venerdì di Quaresima e vogliamo pregare con la Via Crucis.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost filter. The Lord works in mysterious ways. In addition to prayer, one of the ways that we've been getting through this weird and difficult time is with music, listening to it, sharing it, making it, and we are very lucky to have talented friends who are kind enough to share their talents with us. And with that said, it's time to go live now to one of our most talented friends who's at home in the great state of Washington. Please say hello quietly by yourself to Dave Matthews.
You found me. I don't even know how you found me.
I have cameras everywhere. I'm always watching you.
Very good to see you. I got to tell you, it is good. Your glowing face.
It's good to see you too. It's and to be honest, it's good to see anybody really, but especially you, Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, getting used to this strange time and updates of our fearless leader putting both his feet and both his hands in his mouth and bouncing around the room like a spectacular monkey fool.
That's the nice thing about having tiny hands. You can put them and whatever else you want in your mouth all at the same time.
And your tiny feet. I don't know about his feet, but I assume they're as small as his hands and as inarticulate. But off of that subject, because we've all heard enough wisdom from that festering gob. I think I've learned that I have an amazing family. But that even my amazing family, in our, it's not a humble home. It's not, there are certainly bigger houses in the world, but that being together without the possibility of going out and getting in contact with other friends other than on, screens has tested people's, has tested our patience in ways that,
in what ways? Who do you have in the house?
Well, I'll tell you, I think that the patients that I have two deliberately wonderful, kind twin girls who have spent almost, I'd say every day of their lives and 9 months before they were born together. So they have a level of patience that's different from most of us. But it also, they can go from fighting to peace pretty quickly. But even that camaraderie has the fuse is shortened for everyone. But we all come back. Thankfully, nobody has run out of the house screaming with their heads on fire.
Do you have a tip as far as how to handle this with the family? Yeah.
And I was sort of trying to add comedy to my daughters who are thank goodness they're there to help with everything. My son is doing school from home, which also has homework. So the homeschooling, his school is online, and which is great, except it now is like he's doing homework for a full school day, followed by homework, which is really no fun for him. And then turns out not to be as much fun for us either.
You wind up going through, what grade is your son in now?
He's in 6th grade, which is already a transitional, elementary school. You're like, homework is fun because I can write it in the alphabet. But then 6th grade, suddenly they're like, you need, and so it's already a testing time, a time of testing.
And Are your daughters in high school right now?
Yeah, so it's also emotional because, like, a lot of, like, now I think almost the whole country, but certainly Washington State, no more school for public schools. And so my daughters are, prom, there's talks about putting it somewhere in the summer, but prom is canceled. And, graduation, well, prom is definitely canceled, but graduation, all those things are things that at the time they've probably been like, well, we'll pop in for a minute and then we'll go out and do what teenagers do. But now it's kind of like the rite of passage has been pulled away from them. And so it's not easy. It's not fair. It's certainly not fair.
Will you share something with them that I hope will help them? Tell them that I was unable to go to prom myself when I was in high school. It had nothing to do with the coronavirus. It just nobody wanted to go to the dance with me. So, put it all in perspective.
Now I feel like I've woken something in you.
I'm wallowing in self-pity here today.
That's good. How's everything at home though?
Good. The kids are going crazy. I'm pretty sure I just broke my toe, and everything's going great.
My son, I hope right before you sat down, jam. My son just broke his toes. Yes, I think it's a time for toe breaking too.
It's a tough. You know what's weirdest about it is I was actually getting this tic-tac-toe board game we have to play with my daughter when I actually tic-tac my own toe. So there's a little bit of poetic irony there as well. I don't know if you know this, but your song that you wrote like 20 years ago, The Space Between, has become an anthem for this age. People are performing it 6 feet apart from each other. Did you know that?
No, see, I don't. I'm really out of touch, and even if I'm referenced in a version of mockery, I'm happy to be referenced at all. It makes me feel good about myself.
No, there's no mockery involved. People are keeping space between each other and singing your song. So you contributed without even realizing that you're contributing. Oh, speaking of contributing, I do want to mention you. Every night, I'm making a donation to a charity and encouraging others to do the same. You picked the charity, and I happen to love the charity that you selected tonight.
The World Central Kitchen that Jose Andres. So I met him at a gathering one time, but I was already a fan of his, and I'm sure you've probably met him. He is one of the most amazing people, and when people are in crisis, that's the kind of person you want to come to your aid. And what they're doing, what he's doing, what the organization is doing is just, they set up in places of emergency. And of course now, New York now, who knows, all over the world, but they're going to set up kitchens to be able to feed people, to take care of people in places that need it. And it's going to be, and he said a great thing once, when FEMA or when the federal government is struggling to figure out how to deal with things, how to deal with a catastrophe or a storm or an emergency, he says, an emergency means now. And that was one of my favorites. So when our federal government was figuring out what to do in Puerto Rico after the storm, after the hurricane, he was already in an airplane flying down there with chefs, got on the ground, everything's is ruined, and he said, where is the bakery? Find me the baker. So he goes to the baker and says, what do you need? And the baker says, well, I don't have any electricity and I don't have any water. And he goes, okay, where's the generator? Someone says, oh, I know someone with a generator. They get a generator. He says, find me water. And then they find water, and they get that. They start making bread within, hours of him landing in Puerto Rico. They're making bread. They're cooking food. They're sending it. He says, I found people from the U.S. military that were just sitting. They didn't do anything. And so he went to officers and he found them in the hotel bar, and he said, I need helicopters. I need vehicles to get food out to people. And they said, sure, we're not doing anything. So he was feeding people in need down there in Puerto Rico within a day. And that's what. And World Central Kitchen did it in Mozambique. They did it in California with the fires. They did it. Not only did they feed people who had lost their homes, they were feeding firemen. They were feeding people that were there to help because they didn't have enough. So what he does he knows what to do. What he does is help immediately. So
He's amazing.
He's a magic man.
He's a leader and a feeder, and I hope he uses that on his website. But the website
that is good. I've also actually seen him drink wine from a small delivery system that dripped down his face, and then he put his lip sideways like this, and it was all I did was spill it all over myself. But he was, he's quite remarkable.
Yeah. So the website is wck.org. You can go there to help Jose and help his efforts to help other people. And Dave, you are going to help people right now. I think help us all, because we need a little bit of entertainment. And so we've established bathroom performances, music performances from the restroom where the acoustics are best. And you're gonna do a cover song for us, right?
Yeah. So listen, one thing that this has given to all of us, maybe not in the perfect way, this crisis is time. And I've always, since I was a teenager, wanted to learn this song, and I'm a little bit lazy, but there's a lot of chords. It's not that there are a lot of complicated chords, but there's a lot of chords, and they're just constantly happening all the time. And I want to learn it, but then all the time I get like halfway, I'm like, this is stupid, and I stop. But now, got lots of time, and so then I was worried that this song there's a couple lines in it that maybe, but I also I'm going to sing this song. It's a song by Paul Simon, and I want to really send it to all the people in the medical industry, all the doctors and nurses and emergency room people that are working now and are going to be working, friends of mine that are working like crazy, and the people that are begging us not to ignore this because of what might happen. And I just thought it'd be good to send, this is for everybody too, and it's not the happiest song, but it's a reflective song, and I love it.
Okay.
So I learned it.
All right. Well, excellent. All right. So head to the bathroom. That is thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate it. And I will stall while you get to the bathroom. Okay.
I won't be long. Man, it's good. I'll sing. I'll see you soon, and we'll go and we'll embrace. It'll be. We'll embrace. Thank you.
We'll
Cheers.
Drink wine down our foreheads.
I'm going to go and sit on the toilet.
All right. By the way, Dave, I'm going to mention while he goes to the bathroom, has also co-written a book. It's called If We Were Giants. It's fun to read to the kids and read with the kids. So check that out. And now, without any further delay, hopefully he is in place with his cover of the great Paul Simon's American tune, Dave Matthews in the Bathroom.
Hello to everyone from atop this toilet bowl. Many's the time I've been mistaken, and many times confused. Yes, and I've often felt forsaken, and certainly misused. But I'm alright, I'm just weary to my bones. Still, you don't expect to be bright and bon vivant, so far away from home, so far away from home. I don't know a soul who's not been battered. I don't have a friend who feels at ease. I don't know a dream that's not been shattered or driven to its knees. But it's alright, for we've lived so well, so long. Still, when I think of the road we're traveling on, I wonder what's gone wrong. Can't help but I wonder what's gone wrong. And I dreamed I was dying. I dreamed that my soul rose unexpectedly, looking back down at me, smiled reassuringly, and I dreamed I was flying high up above. My eyes could clearly see the Statue of Liberty sailing away to sea, and I dreamed I was flying. When we come on a ship they call the Mayflower, we come on a ship that sailed the moon, we come in the age's most uncertain hours and sing an American tune. Oh, but it's alright, yes, alright, it's alright. You can be forever blessed. Still, tomorrow's gonna be another working day, and I'm trying to get some rest. That's all I'm trying, to get some rest.
Beautiful. The great Dave Matthews from his bathroom. It's Jimmy Kimmel Live in the lavatory. And by the way, Dave is going to be doing a whole set from his house on Thursday. It's part of Verizon's Pay It Forward series. So check that out. Check him out. Thank you, Dave. Go to WCK.org to support Jose Andre and his work feeding people. Thanks for watching. Jimmy, as you know, I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, back to your regularly scheduled pornography.
Jimmy!